Okay, so the 8 pillars of Fabula Ultima, there are a paragraph or two assigned to each of these. I'm just going to kind of summarize them. These are meant to give the feel of JRPG type stuff. Ancient ruins and harsh lands, by which it means that there's a lot of danger-filled wildlands between civilization points. There's a lot of ancient ruins that have forgotten lore and secrets. A world in peril. There is something actively threatening the world in any campaign of Fabula Ultima, just like any great JRPG. Um, Clashing communities. You're not going to have a case where all the countries of the world are working together. Uh, you're going to have prejudice. You're going to have classism. This is uh, JRPG is loaded to one degree or another with political commentary. It has been for a long while that case. The best titles in the genre have always been full of political commentary. Especially there are some persistent themes in like Final Fantasy, especially, which is the one I have the most experience with. Um, and so you're going to see a lot of that in the clashing communities. Everything has a soul, which is I really love this one. Um, this does not mean everything gets the respect it should. It means that every place, every item, every monster, every person has a soul. Now, do those people get treated like they don't have souls? Yes, that comes into clashing communities and also World in Peril. You'll have situations like I'm hoping to be in a game of this as a player, where I'm hoping to be a harpy who they are created by magic and sold as like guard dogs or whatever, or they're not sold literally, they're advertised to the public that they're like imperial guard dogs or whatever. And my character happens to have awakened to sentience, which is bringing up questions. Anyway, magic and technology. Um, Final Fantasy, all the way, and JRPG in general, all the way back to the earliest examples, have mixed things like mecha and battle robots and guns with high sorcery and dragons and archdemons. You'll see it in Phantasy Star series, Final Fantasy. Um, Tinkerers are often a thing of it, and then you'll also see it in some of the more urban fantasy things like the Persona 5 series and such like that. Um, but yeah, so there's in a lot of cases the magic and technology are opposing, but that is not necessarily the case. You could have cases where magic and technology are working together, or you can have cases where magic and technology are uh, people using magic and technology are opposed to each other, but it is possible to use magic and technology in harmony, i.e., clashing communities again. Heroes of many shapes and sizes. So, JRPG has a history of doing things like Red 13 being a wolf lion thing. Um, you have talking cats, you have Moogles, you have uh, demons, you have vampires, you have angels, you have all elves and dwarves and humans and all sorts of different people, robots, dolls, things that don't can even remotely seem human. There's a lot of different heroes. It's all about the heroes. This is the JRPG thing where, it's like, wow, we're solving all the problems. every problem that is going to show up is directly or indirectly related to the heroes in some way. It's part of a personal side story, personal character growth. It's part of the main threat. It is a symptom of the main threat, but everything that you encounter is in some way related to the heroes. Mystery, discovery, and growth. This kind of ties in back to ancient ruins and harsh land, magic and technology, everything has a soul, all the other ones. A lot of the truth of the world is unknown, and the heroes are going to go through and discover things that have been long forgotten or long hidden, and they are going to grow as people. Uh, Lots of character growth is a heavy part of JRPG things, and when I say it's a heavy part of JRPG, I'm not saying JRPG is especially thing, because like Western RPGs also hit a lot of these things. Um, like clashing communities, the political commentary, the ancient ruins and harsh lands is a characteristic of some of the Western RPGs as well. Uh, it's all about the heroes is kind of endemic to gaming, video gaming, and tabletop gaming. A lot of the time, um, heroes of many shapes and sizes is becoming, in a very lovely way, becoming much more common these days. And mystery, discovery, and growth is very common to TTRPG and any sort of story-driven game. But and also as world in peril. The world in peril may be a single country or maybe the entire planet, but world in peril does happen anyway. So those are the 8 pillars that they give you to follow this. From You can kind of I'm not going to go through and break down everything, but you can kind of see elements of these in anything from like urban fantasy like the Persona series all the way to like time travel things like Chrono Trigger, or more obvious ones like Final Fantasy and Octopath Traveler. Or you can even take it outside gaming and go into fiction that is inspired by these type of settings like Ruby or Log Horizon, other things like that.